G'day guys, it's Matt from Monster Tech. In front of us here we have the brand new HTC One X, which we've had a chance to get our hands on today, which, or at least we've got it today. This will be the first time we've taken a look at it. So this is going to be a product tour, setup, an overview of the software, what's changed from the old version of Sense, the new version of Android, the new direction HTC are taking with their new One range. So let's just dive in, let's get it on with, let's get over with. So let's just turn this phone on for the first time and see what we get. So we get a slightly different sound to the on screen, HTC, new One logo. And here you're presented with the traditional Sense unlock. So here we go, we've got set it up. Colours are slightly different. Normally HTC went for that like dark look, but it's now white on black. So let's set up. We want to do that. Let's connect to that wireless network. Just put the password in. Here we go. So that's connecting, so we'll just skip next to that. Don't want to skip that HTC Sense account. Next. Yep. This is the Android, new Android look, the dark blue as seen first on 2.3. Skip past all of these. Finish, we want to see the good stuff. Obviously inside this phone we have the 1.5 GHz Tegra 3 quad-core CPU. So this is one of the first phones to market with the new Tegra 3 quad-core chipset in. Pull down to see notifications, blah 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 blah. This is all the stuff from old Android. We know about the notification bar. Nope, I wouldn't like to see quick setups. So here's the new home screen. Bit like the old version of Sense, we've got the nice animated transitions between the screens. We've got, same as before, pinch to see all your screens, and then you can move these around, which is pretty cool. Oh, I want to move it there. Thank you. And we can add more panels by tapping this button. You can only have 7. Whatever, 7's too many anyway. Who needs 7 home screens? So along the bottom you've got the new Android 4.0 hard keys. You now no longer have the menu key, the tiny little stack key. You've just got back, home, and multitasking. So this multitasking button's a new one. You press that and it shows you the apps that are open, and obviously as this is the first time we've turned the phone on, there are no other apps open. Home button will bring you back to the main at all times. So, screen on this is 1280 by 720, so this is the first phone HTC has released with the HD screen resolution. So this will obviously aid crisper text, pictures and videos will look pretty awesome. I don't know if you can see, but just the icons at the top, the time there, it's just super crisp. You couldn't ask for something much better, to be honest with you. It's a Gorilla Glass front with a super IPS LCD2 capacitive screen. So it's a little bit different than they've done before. 4.7 inches in diameter, so it's the same sort of size as the Sensation XL, but in terms of it feels a lot different to the Sensation XL because the weight of it is really light. It's only 130 grams. It's very much like Samsung Galaxy S2, Sony Ericsson Arc. It's that sort of weighty feel to it. It's very, very light. In terms of hardware, we've got, on this side, we've got the curvature. You can see the curvature. Also, the screen is a little bit thicker along the sides as it tapers off to the edges. This has the same watery feel, water side effect feel that the Lumia 800 has. So when you scroll your finger over the side, it almost feels really smooth. There's not really an edge to the screen, which is pretty cool. On the bottom, we just have microphone. On this side, we just have volume rockers. On the top, we have secondary microphone. 3.5mm headphone jack, lock button, power button, and all importantly, micro SIM tray. So this, along with a couple of other phones, iPhone 4 and 4S, the Nokia Lumia 800, and the Sony Xperia S. This now is another phone to join the micro SIM bandwagon. So yeah, it looks like all companies are doing this, micro SIMs. On the back we have the 8-megapixel sensor, which is capable of recording 1080p HD at 30 frames a second. We also have 1.3 megapixel camera on the front, which is pretty cool, along with the elongated speaker that HTC have been putting on their phones for some time. Now, one thing that's different from this phone to quite a lot of the older HTCs is there is no removable battery. So this is one solid piece of something, polycarbonate or a plastic. So everything's encased inside, nothing is removable, there is no expandable media. It is 32 gigabytes of internal storage, of which 26 gigabytes that is user available, which means that the internal software must take up 6 gigabytes. There's also a gigabyte of RAM to back that up. We've also got Bluetooth 4.0 on here, micro USB 2.0 on the side. So, what else is there to know about this phone? So obviously we've got the Tegra 3 chipset in there, which means we've got the accelerated GPU. We've also got Beats Audio, a bit like a lot of other HTC phones. So this phone aids with the audio and sound quality of the other Beats Audio phones, the Sensation XE and the Sensation XL. Now the new One range has the Beats Audio 2, obviously, because HTC purchased Beats. So enough of the hardware, let's take a little more look at the software. So there are some slight tweaks between HTC Sense 3 and 3.5. This has 4.0. Certainly on the menu there are a few changes to the quick access icons at the bottom. That is sort of taken an Android 4.0 look, but with a HTC twist to it. Pull down the bar, we have the same sort of layout as Android 4.0 vanilla, but with HTC twist to it. We've got a quick button for settings. Now settings is where it looks a tiny bit different. So we've got wireless networks all built into one section at the top. There's also some more in here. We do have NFC in this phone. So this is NFC ready, which means you could be able to use Android Beam, which is something that was shown off in Android 4.0. So we've got wireless, all the typical settings. Personalization. So we've got some more customizable ways to change your Sense, change your lock screen shortcuts, your home screen, organize your apps and widgets, things like that. So yeah, widgets is something that's changed a lot in Sense 4.0. If we hold down the finger, this changes slightly. So before, originally on original Sense, back on the days of like the Desire and Desire S and Desire HD, you just had a long list of them. You had to scroll through them, scroll through them, scroll through them. Now you've got shortcuts for your home screens at the top up here. We also have all widgets, so now we can select widgets by category. So if we want to see just all the clocks, it'll show us just all the clocks. And there are some even more clocks, some lovely clocks from HTC. And obviously if you want to add one of those, you can just click it, drag it to the home screen you want, set your location for the weather part of it, and there we go. You'll be it. So overall, this is a great enhancement to the already great HTC Sense. We've got now folders like on Android 4.0. We have menu icons and a bit like Android 4.0, but they all have the HTC Sense twist to them. Pre-installed on this device, we get all the Google apps like Google+, Google Maps, Play Shop, which is obviously what Android Marketplace has changed to, navigation, maps, the generic stuff. We've also got Google Plus Messenger on this one, which I don't think I've seen before. TuneIn Radio comes pre-installed, which is pretty cool. We've also got PDF Viewer and Polaris Office, just 7 Digital, Dropbox, just a few apps to get you going, and obviously you get Facebook and things like that pre-installed. So, To sum this phone up, it's a great phone. It comes in white, this one here. There's also a black version, which is available, which is probably going to be the more popular of the two, but nevertheless, the white one's pretty cool. They are really fast. Certainly this new version of Sense on top of Android 4.0 is really, really smooth. When coming in and out of applications, everything is just smooth. One thing I don't like about it is the new keyboard. This keyboard has been slightly changed a little bit, but it's just a tiny wee, it's just really frustrating. There's too many buttons, they need to simplify it down, but that's my opinion. Well, thanks for checking out this review. This has been Matt from Monster Tech, and I shall catch you later. Peace.